to Ripley Hour, and today we have Moomin House 101. We are almost there, 10 more issues, so we'll be covering 5 of those over the next week or so. So 101, what do we have coming up? We're going to be finishing off the desk that we started. We're going to be doing a window, and we are going to make some vegetables, so we'll be getting our craft on in order to do that. And what else do we have in our little book? So characters in the Moomins and the Great Flood. Moomin Troll and their friends meet on their journey. So again, it gives the relationships between these guys and gives some interesting things here. This house is the most beautiful one we could ever have. Beautiful one we could ever have. Okay, I should read it better, huh? And again, a little bit more information. Got a little stalk there. Looks like a little cat at the top here too, with some kittens, maybe. Cat and kittens, there you go. Characteristics are scared, and they live near Moomin Valley. Alrighty, so we also have Grandpa, I think that is upside down. Okay, so there's other people that they are due to see. And then we go into our instructions. And put that to one side, and let's see what we have. So we are going to be making our window. Going to be making some drawers as well. I'm not going to take those out just yet. We'll start with the window. So I make the frame, and then we get on to making this one, and we need some dowels for this one as well, by the way. So let's see, we have a few little pieces here as well, like screws, and some, gosh, I can't think what they're called, the metal pieces that are going to keep the doors on for the drawers anyway, which are these pieces here are going to be the doors, I think. I'm not seeing any holes in them, so maybe not. Maybe that's actually these ones, aren't they? Don't know what those are for. I guess we will find out. But then we have a decoration piece, which we are going to be putting in a piece of dowel, which is that one there. And we will be needing to put this in, so I'm getting everything out but anything to do with the chest of drawers, desk even. That we won't need straight away. I'm not sure what this is, so we'll take that out. It might be to do with it. And then these are all to do with the unit, the desk. And I think these are all to do with there as well. So what we will be also needing, we will be needing the wall, which has 2 gaps ready for that, and we're going to be making this one right in the middle there. We'll also be needing our little desk that we had put together last time. Remember, I'm making mine white. You could do it teal, and I will show you the colour scheme again if you need a reminder. We will also need our clay that they provided, rubber glove, some paint, and a cocktail stick, and your crafting knife. So when they're talking about it, we're making pumpkins. They have the pumpkins like a green colour. So I'm not 100% sure where they buy their pumpkins, that's all I'm going with. And we have to make 3 of different shapes and that sort of thing. So let's make a start on this window. So I think we'll make the frame first, and then we'll get to trying to make the window bent. So it's a slightly different window to go over the front door. So this is the front wall we're working on, I believe. So I'm going to need some wood glue. I did not bring caps with me, which was very amiss, and I should have, but I did not. So we are going to start with this frame, and I haven't coloured the inside of it either, so I will need to get that done. So maybe we'll start with this bit, and I'll come back to doing that in a moment, and that has the window all attached to it. Get that painted first. So we are starting with this piece, and the bottom piece will go in here, up the other way, just like we've done with the other windows, so it's got a flat surface on it. She sounds quite pitiful, doesn't she? And that will have the windowsill going on top. And like I said, I haven't put my clamps, that's not very helpful. And then this one will go on here. It's got quite a rough edge. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick that up. You can see it. And that's actually just the way it came. It's really rough. I guess this window gets a lot of dirt. I don't know. And that one goes which way around? Yeah, the way I had it. So that works. And then these two pieces are for here. They're going to go on there. So I think we can get started with. I'm just going to put wood glue on, and then I'll go and get my clamps and get this all underway, and then I'll come back in once this is taken and put the windowsill on. I'm going to go and do this edge too. Should check if there's a specific way. And of course they do say to use quick drying glue, by the way, super glue, to do these, but anyone who's seen my earlier version of me doing these windows will know that that's not a smart idea for me. Okay, so like I say, this one goes down here like so. And I'll get that clamped in a second. This one will go across like so. And again, we'll get that clamped. This one I need to use the knife for, and we'll come back and do that. Excuse me. And of course I don't have my board to hand, so I'm just going to cut it on here. I'll just push that down to separate them out. Not the best of things, obviously. And then let's get these filed off. It's going to need painting on the inside as well, I think. I really want to throw that one all over the place. I'm going to get it on, and I'll paint this part when it's dry if needed, which I believe it will be. I'm just going to put that in there, like so. Go grab the clamps, get all this painted, and I'll come back to you. Pumpkin. I'm going to do mine orange. I'll show you what they suggest. It's like a bluey green, like a leaf green. I'll show it to you. But I'm going to keep my pumpkins traditional, just pumpkin orange. And then this way for this one. I believe that's how they're going. Beveled edge on the inside, it is. Like so, and we will take our dowel and we'll get that in, and that can be taken. And we are just cutting off a tiny piece of this. How big is it? 7mm. And then if it's too big you have to rub it down, so bear that in mind. More like 5, so okay. That one didn't want to even stay with me. There's one, and then you'll file them down if they're too big anyway. Okay, something like so. Pop those in. There's just holes on here, which is going to go in the top there as well. but you're also going to sand it down if it shows through. Of course I can't see where the holes are now. I've put glue on it. I really can't. I guess I'll get my tweezers out as well. Oh, that's split, by the way. Not a lot of cop, is it? Oh, we got one in. We need little things like this for the pumpkins too. Probably a bit easier with tweezers. Can't even see where this hole is. Here, the tweezer. Oh, I could use this the pin here. There it is. And you're going to end up gluing this in anyway. But the actual part actually split. It's gone all the way in. Oh, sorry, you didn't see any of that. It's just me putting these little dowels in, sorry. Forgot where you are for a second, so I'm going to put some more wood glue now. I can see where they're going in. And then those are going to go in those holes, which I will do once we've got all this clamped down. Alright, so let me get that clamped. Alright, so that's clamped. It's had one coat of marker on it so far. So I'm going to get and do this. And because these are already white and I'm not changing the colour, I don't need to paint them. I'm 100% sure what those are for. And we will be needing this as well. Won't be needing that yet. Right, so let's move that along. So let's get these separated and sanded down. I really should just bring my board over, huh? Right, I felt you give. And the same with these ones. I was better off doing it on that other piece that was flatter, but I put all the stuff that's got the acrylic on it right now. And get these sanded down too. Well, one way to do it. Not quite what we had in mind, but it has done it. It's quite thin stuff. Okay, trash over that. So let's get that sanded down. So I'm not 100% sure what those other parts are for. Guess we'll find out. I need to paint the inside of these drawers there, I guess. The edges. Let's make sure that they are sanded. I'll get some white on them. Maybe I'll do that before I do much else. We'll make the drawers up. So you put the back and a front on these drawers. And also some handles. These are tiny pieces, by the way. Teeny tiny. They're not going to fit much in these drawers, are they? last one. Okay. 10th page. Princess. Just trying to see what their base is for. Oh, I see. They're for this to sit on. These ones are for this to sit on either side. So they will need painting. Right, let's get these on. I'll get all the edges painted. So the little ones probably fit on that inside would be my guess. And the other ones on the outside. I'm going to do it that the white edge is inside. That way up. I think I was doing it right the first time. I probably should be using tweezers because, along with using a mat, I know. I should, but I haven't. I was going to stab myself with the tweezers yesterday. I'm scared of them now. You're not meant to paint the outside of these drawers, by the way, just the fronts. Because if you were using normal paints, it would cause quite the build-up of it. Okay, same with this one. That one fits in a bit easier. Alright, and then our fronts. Or the other one fit in better, not particularly easier, just better. Just turn them over. And those can be sitting there, doing their thing. Don't know if it would have been easier to have put the handles on maybe before attaching them. Possibly. Okay. Right, getting glue on here. That will teach me, she says. So let's get these pins in and we'll get the cupboard. Oh, actually I want to give them a lick of paint, so I'll be back. Okay, we've had plenty of time to sit because it's the next day, so it's definitely had time. So let's get this windowsill on, and just when I thought it was safe to record with Madam, she starts. So I think we can just literally pop it on there and it should be okay. Hold on. Alright, let's try that again. See how we do. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on and hopefully I don't have to clamp it. I might have to do this bit and then we will put in our top here as well. And I had that pin. Guess I knocked it. I don't like the fact this window is so rough up here, by the way. So I have all my windows closed today because it's like gale force winds out there. And you'd hear nothing. So maybe a small clamp in the middle just to hold it in. But I think we're okay. Especially if it was lined up better. Oh, that didn't help. Okay. this top bit in. So it goes in like so. And I forgot actually when I was doing all the painting of the bits and pieces, I forgot all about doing the top of this where it come out the form. So I still need to do that. So it's got a coat on. It's not got many. Okay, put this in, which doesn't go very straight, probably because one of the balls is bigger than the other. So it's certainly not flag. That's the window, but we're okay on the back here. Could do with probably a millimetre off that top one. Just a little trim. Helps if I actually get it. A bit more paint here, and then it says about painting these rods. Maybe it means this one because of that one pokes out a lot more, which I would have done if that's what I thought it meant before I did this part. I reckon that's what they mean. Okay, let's get that clip back on. And we'll put that for drying and we can now make the frame. Where did I lose that pin? Again. You know me, I seem to lose these pins very easily. Okay, well at the moment we're going to need it anyway, so not going to do too much. Okay, and for this, where the window's going to go, you want the curve, just like we've done before. And it kind of puts in small writing to paint the inside, by the way. And it doesn't matter which one you use, where, as long as it's all facing the same way. And then we put the window in and let that sit, and we'll move on to those drawers and things and putting those pins in, because those are all ready to go. So I can get this in. There we go. And then one in here. I know you can hear the wind, and that's with all my windows closed. I live up, like, really up high, so I think when it's a windy day like today, you can hear it. It's probably worse than having the fans on in the summer when it gets hot. Maybe. Okay. This one's not quite all the way in. There we go. And then we will put this window in. So let's get it ready. Using wood glue, even though it is plastic, going to go in here. I mean, you've seen these made a few times now. The only real difference is the fact that it's got that different decoration on the top. And this is on the move. Okay. Probably because I have a clamp on it. See if I can even that up a bit. Okay, so let's get our window. And don't forget, you got to take the plastic off this. I reckon the pin landed in the dog bed. That's what I think, but she's just settled, so I don't want to be fishing for it when I would definitely disturb her. And again, you don't have to tape it like this, just the beveled edge going downwards. Or was it the other way? I think it's that way actually. Opposite to what I said, and this will make sure everything's square for you. Right, and that can sit there. There we are, onto the drawers. Okay, we've got these ones which we're going to be putting in those. We have these to do. And was that it? I feel like I'm missing doors. Oh, these are the doors. Those are those. Okay, so I'm going to put the doors in before I make this. Oh, there's the pin. It's in me. Stabbing my arm. Didn't even feel it. Didn't even feel it. How sad is that? Okay, so let's get this open. Some scissors. So go very careful because you do have pins on here. But I kind of want to try and get, which is why I was debating on the drawers as to whether I wanted to put them in before I put the drawer fronts on. And I potentially should have. I thought I'd opened one of my other glues, but I can't find it anywhere. So we'll carry on and just use this one. So let's pop this into the tray I was using so we don't lose any parts. And we're going to take one of these. And this stuff comes out very fast, so I'm also going to put some of this on the tray. This is my doghouse glue. I got a few. Be getting to build that soon as well for channel. I received that as well. So I'm going to pop this in first. Push it down. And probably the back of this would be better. Okay. And then pop some glue on the back. Where is a stick? Hold on. Okay. Right. So take a bit of your super glue. I'm just going to put it in the hole in the back. I don't think would come out anyway. And the super glue on the plastic should be enough to keep it that it doesn't dry up too quick. Just going to put that there for a second. And then turn this one over. And not put that on my desk. Grab one of these and do the same. Okay, almost. Can't see to line it up if I tried. Yeah. And same with that one. I just think it's easier to do it when it's flat. They probably, I don't know if they get you to do it after the event or not, to be honest with you. And you've got it all together. Very small amounts of this, by the way. Okay, I'm going to put the other two in as well. Two here. So I put about 4 coats of the acrylic marker pens on these white pieces. But if you were using the teal that we went through last, I don't remember what episode it was in, to be honest with you. But whichever episode it was in, so this one actually sticks through the bottom there. Right, it's sunny, isn't it? I didn't realise how it was not cold wind, by the way. It's quite a sunny one. And again, I don't think it's coming out, and that one doesn't need to go on there. I will pull the curtain in a second so the sun not quite so blazing on the video. Don't know what I'm doing, obviously. Putting things down, picking them up. Got myself all confused. Push it in. And it should be enough just to hold it. And again, don't think it's coming out. Right, let me get that curtain drawn for you and we will get the rest of this unit done. Okay, that should be a bit better. Right, so first thing we need is the drawers. That one had already stuck to the plastic of all things. And they are going to go in like so. So they got the tiny holes in here. So you want to grab one of your shafts, for a better word. I can't think of what the right wording would be. What do they call them? Oh, got to turn the page. Ooh. It's got, I'm dotting all over the place. Pin. Pick up your pin. Put it in the top. I don't think this will be that easy. I don't think it's that easy with the tweezers either. There we go. And then you put it in, making sure your handle's towards the edge where the feet would be. It will sit in here. Put it in the small hole at the top, inside, which is a little bit easier said than done. I do really prefer to do, right, come back out, this sort of thing before putting it all together, but we didn't have that because it was over 2 issues. Didn't get that opportunity. Okay. 100% sure that it's in properly. There it goes. Okay, and then we want to put the other pin through the hole in the bottom and hopefully catch that door. I say hopefully. Like I say, it's not my favourite thing to do when they're already on a piece. A bit like the when you do doors. Let's play chase the pin. Get through here. And hopefully it lines up. I mean, it looks like it is. Says it's not. Try that again. Not feeling like it wants to just go in like I was hoping. Okay, you probably don't need to see me struggle for an hour doing this. And they are quite big pins too for the size of the door. I've been doing this on the Disney dollhouse, having to do this sort of thing. Wasn't any easier then either. It looks like it's all even to me where it should be. It's definitely not catching. I'm just burrowing into the wood. Maybe I could do it this way with it open. But instead of, oh no, it did go in. I was going to say instead it fell out, but it did, it went in. We got it. Maybe that's easier then. Open your door and then put a bit of the super glue at the bottom, which I don't have much left on there anymore. So I'm just going to do a dot on here. Right, I will get that other one done and I will be back in a mo. Alright, so both of those are in. You don't have to put super glue on the bottom because of course we're going to put these feet on, which I'm about to do now. So if you didn't do it, it's not a big deal. So you want this sitting roughly in the middle, is what they're suggesting. And then we can put the drawers in, and this little one is none. And it looks really nice. I mean, you get a lot of this with the Moomin, particularly a lot of crafty type stuff. So you want it roughly in the middle. with this. And that second drawer was stiffer, by the way, than the first one. It was harder to get in. It was a very tight fit with that top, the shelf above it. So roughly middle, if I can get out. I seem to be struggling with it. It also does have a little bit of a the actual base pieces have like an incline kind of to it, so, and this seems to line up with that, with the bit that's on top. Okay, right. And then we have our drawers which should just slip on in. Perfect. And this one too. Perfect. I say, struggling. This one's not so perfect. There we go. Looks very crooked, doesn't it, from the front here? You see how crooked it is. Looks crooked to me. Okay, and then let's have our doors open while everything is taken. Like I say, this one is a lot tighter fit than this one was. It just fit in. And in fact I felt the wood split. You can see it here actually, the wood split. I don't know that you can because of the sun. Let's try this. Well, that doesn't help at all, does it? Hold on. Okay, it was a guessing game which curtains to draw. Anyway, you can see just up here that the wood split when I was putting that pin in. So it does make for a rather tight fit, and yet it's this one that goes in crooked. Alright, I'm gonna leave it like that to make sure it's all set. Just check this one more time. I'm happy with it before I leave it. I think I move this one. Okay. Move them both. Right, let's leave that to one side. Okay, let's go back to this window because I reckon it should be okay. Next we are going to put this on here, and I know last time I found it easier to put it in the frame, but I don't think I'm going to have anywhere to clip it on this one. This is so bloody crooked. Don't like it at all. Maybe I should have used super glue for this. Makes you wonder. Don't know. Alright, let's get this on there. So just some wood glue around it. And we'll hold it together. And then we'll get it into the model wall. And we will get on with our crafts. I know you're looking forward to it. Yeah, you are. And it fits nicely. It does fit quite well. Just one on each side should be sufficient. On this side too. Right, we'll wait for that to have a little bonding going on. Trying to dry it crooked now. I would not be happy, would I? Right, so that can go to one side, not on the paper there. With that, we will start on our crafts. So, like I say, they want you on these crafts to make them with a teal here, and it says it's making a pumpkin, and you're going to do different shapes with a tail on them for the stalks. So I think what I'm going to do is not that. I'm going to do it as pumpkins, so I'm going to do them all orange. So I'm going to make 3. I will make 3, and I will follow the process on how they're making it, but I'm only making 3. Well, they only want to make 3. And if they're all the same size, it's fine. I'm not going to worry too much. And I've got orange paint out because that's what I'm going to do it with. I'm not quite sure what pumpkins they get. I don't think they mean pumpkins. I think they mean, I can't think of the name of it. Anything but not pumpkins anyway. So we want to do 3, and they want them to be 7mm. Do I have enough? Let me get a bit more. Nope. Just get a big set. So I'm going to do the whole thing orange. I'm not going to be messing around with doing a little bit of white and a little bit of orange like they suggest. And I'll put this in front of you again so you can see what they are telling you to do. So you can pause and replay it. And then down to here and here. Okay, so if you are doing it their way, then you have the instructions. So I only brought 1 glove. I wonder, is this a mistake? It's possible, guys, it's possible. So I put some orange in with that. No, I got it straight on me. Good times. Guess I should have done 2 gloves. If I felt that I was going to get that involved, huh? So just mix it together so it's really well mixed. But if you do have some white showing, it's probably not a big deal. I gotta go grab another glove. Okay, of course I wash my hands as well, so it makes gloves being almost impossible to get on because I've already got it on my wrist, but hey. Okay, so make 3 balls basically is what I'm doing. If you do it their way, you'll be making 6, 3 white and 3 teal. And I think this will be fine. And then take some off, make it into a ball. And evidently we make a basket for this next time. Maybe next time? It's not a very good ball, but mine's about 1 centimetre. So they say about 7mm. So a lot smaller than what I'm doing. So I've definitely got too much clay. If I get it close to that, I'll be good. So just make it into a ball. That's closer. So let me make 3 of those. That's 1. Just leave it on. And I used cardamom orange for my pumpkins. And they might end up different shapes. I mean, it's entirely possible. That one's definitely bigger. So let's take a bit of that off. Gonna have too much, aren't I? Might have had enough in the first place, huh? Doesn't help when I'm trying to take the clay off and I'm just trying to pick up my glove, huh? It pinged. Oops. This one's not as white, ripe. It's got quite a bit of white in it. Not that I'm sure what colour pumpkins. Do they grow orange? I don't know. So like I say, because they want different shapes, it's certainly not anything you have to be perfect on. This one's quite a bit smaller. Maybe I'll add a little bit to it. But that one's quite a bit bigger, so just add a little bit to this one. Okay. And then it says, poke a hole in the top, which is where your sticker's going to go, which you can paint a different colour. I'm going to kind of keep mine wood colour, I think. So I'm going to do a hole, and where did those go? Tweezers. Pink, but I got it. So I got something looking like so. do the same with the other ones. Maybe hold on to the end this time so it doesn't go all over the show. Two. That one's not very centered. And one little one. And 3. Okay, so those are done. Don't need that anymore. And then what you're going to do is you are going to use your crafting knife to carve lines down it, which then you want that stick back in order to pronounce the lines. This one's not ending up with much of a ball. And then I'll go ahead and do the others. All the ones that I'd already done have lost shape, have kind of disappeared, so maybe I'm just going to try it with a stick. Maybe even a pin would work better, because I've kind of lost where it was, and I've lost my top. There it is. Oh, it's so windy, guys, so very windy. Okay. It kind of drags it all. It's not easy to do this. I don't really want to cut through it at all. Anyway, craft things are they're not a requirement for the model. I think I'm just going to do it with a knife and go with that. So mine ends up, this particular pumpkin, just kind of difficult to see, ends up looking something like, come back here you bouncer, something like so. I don't know how much you can see that. It's better on that side, it has got the lines on it. I'm going to leave it to dry. And I'm glad they said do it different shapes, because I don't think one of mine is going to end up being circular. So, let's see. You could probably do a brighter orange if you're going to do them orange, or you can do their method of using them green, like I showed you on the book, what they suggest. This one could be a bit more round. Do another line about there. There. So something like so. Gonna let that one dry, and then I'll come back and show you what we did today, because this is the last thing. Oh no, it's not. You know what else we got to do? The window. So let me give that a few minutes after this. Anyway, you want the clay to start to harden, which it will do with the air. But like I said, it's kind of difficult, because as you're going round, it's starting to almost take those lines back into it. Okay, kind of happy with that. As I carry on. Okay, and maybe when I come back it won't be quite so bright, so it'll be a bit easier to see. Alright, I'll be back in a moment when those have dried, and we'll get this window on the house, and we are done with this issue 101, and you can see what we have coming in store for 102. Alright, I think everything's had long enough. So, one more window after this, by the way. Probably do it on issue 110. Alright, I did not test fit this. We are going to assume it's going to fit just. Okay, my wood glue doesn't want to come in very well, but everything should be dry, and this is the last one for this issue. It's actually been quite long, hasn't it? The wood glue is definitely not being forthcoming. Must be a bit blocked at the end. Yeah, that's a bit better. Not that these generally need an awful lot of glue to hold them in. So you want to make sure that this is pointing upwards towards the top, away from the door. My door's lovely and loose, by the way. It moves very well. And then squeeze it in, which, like I said, will be a process. I didn't doubt this. None of them have been that easy to get in. This one is not an exception. I guess I should have test fitted it, huh? This is so wobbly, I don't like that. Oh, as I get it in and break it. Okay, it's in now. Okay, right then. Now we know this can bend. Let's get this back on. In fact, I'm going to super glue it because it's going to take too long otherwise. And I'm going to take this off because I don't like how this is sitting whatsoever. We're in. Get that glued. And I'm going to sort this wall because it's not quite in the way I want it to be. Okay, make sure we get it around the right way. Need to sort this. This is all loose too. Last time I built it in there and it worked quite well, didn't it? I was just worried I wouldn't be able to do it so much without having clamps that don't reach. As usual, my abilities with super glue are failing. I'll get someone here as well and I'll sort this and I'll come back to you guys. I can see this has come off the frame totally. Alright, be back in a moment. Alright, so it's been a little while now and this seems to be on quite well. So then we turn it over and we pop this piece on. Oh, I've got my glue away. I was tidying up, as we can tell. Okay, just a little bit of this and then that is it for this issue, and we can see what we have coming up, going forward. So just make sure the winter sill's on the right way. If you've seen any of my videos, you know this. I have done that wrong before. And then I'm just using super glue for this. It shouldn't take long. It's only like paper. Actually, don't know what it is. It's like a paper, but it's like a glossy photo paper, I think. That sort of stuff. Okay, and that, my friends, is the end of issue 101. So, almost finished this wall now. Very close. Need to go over it a little bit, but generally I'm happier than what it did look like. So we just have the one window to go for this. This is our desk that we made with the work-in doors here, and doors as well that come out. So that's all work-in. And then we have our little pumpkins, which have hardened. I mean, they don't overly look like pumpkins, kind of. You can see the groove lines. I mean, you can see something. And then got this one here too. I mean, you could colour them different colours and things like that, but I think for how much they're going to be seen is probably really slim. And again, you can see them there. And that is that issue done. So, what do we have coming up in issue 102? Let's see. We're starting on the roof finally. Okay, alrighty. Looks like we're putting some sort of lining paper down, and I'm not sure what this is. Window in the wall on the front door side. Oh, we're putting a, oh gosh, we're making another window, but it should be the last one. I think it is the last one. I don't think there's any more. Are we actually making it, or am I meant to have it? Because if I'm meant to have it, I'm not sure that I have. We are making another window. So that will be the last window ever. So you're going to enjoy that for issue 102. So again, this is what we did for 101. We did this middle window and the chest of drawers, or the desk rather, and the window's got hold of my pumpkins, and we got our strange looking pumpkins, and that's what I did. Like I said, their colours were teal and white, and I chose not to do that. So there we go. All right, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again for 102. Any comments are very much appreciated. I will respond, can't speak. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do very much appreciate every single one of you. You are what keep the channel going, but most of all, take care of yourselves. Take care, guys. Bye.